this is Tisa from Late Bloomer. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about why I consider myself to be a late bloomer. Late bloomer is defined as someone that achieves milestones that people believe you should achieve by a certain age much later in life. I grew up being quiet and shy, no boyfriends in high school, and actually I wasn't interested in having one either at that time. I do remember having this one male friend, and there was a girl who was interested in him. She asked me if I mind if she dated him, and I couldn't figure out why she thought I would care. But a female friend of mine told me that I had a hold on this guy, and that's why the girl was asking me about dating him. And I was totally clueless. So I was a late bloomer in terms of growth also. I didn't fill out until my 20s. Here's a picture of me at my high school graduation. So I'm 5'1", and I was about 95 pounds in high school and college. And like I said, I didn't fill out until my 20s, which made things a little bit hard because I was dating black men in college, and most of the men I would run into wanted somebody with a little more weight, thicker. Yeah, and I actually remember one guy telling me that I should find a white guy, and he was implying that white guys prefer smaller women. And so, and isn't it ironic that I ended up marrying a white guy? I just thought that was funny. Um, Another thing is that I didn't get my driver's license until I was 20 years old. I didn't take my first swimming lesson until I was in my 30s. We went to the beach maybe a couple of times growing up, but swimming just was not something we did. But I did see swimming as a necessary skill, necessary life skill, and good exercise. So that's why I decided to take lessons. If you've been following my channel, you know that I did get married later in life. I got married at 42 years old. And as far as kids, I still plan to have a child. Even though I consider myself to be a late bloomer, I feel like I was living life to the fullest during those years I was waiting to achieve certain milestones. For example, between 30 and 36, I was traveling internationally. I went to Asia, Australia, and Europe a couple of times. So Asia was for work, but the other trips were for leisure. I went with an Atlanta meetup group. I was actually still living in Alabama at the time, but I found out about one of the meetup groups here that was pretty active, and so I went with them. Also, I bought my first home at, let me see, it was a couple of months before I turned 30, and I lived there for about 7 years before selling it. I did start and finish my undergrad during the expected time, but as far as my master's, I know that a lot of people will get their bachelor's and then wait a few years before going back for their master's, but I didn't go back until my mid 30s. And the reason for this was because I wasn't sure what I wanted to get my master's in. I was working as a chemist, and I was thinking about going back to be a pharmacist, so I started working part-time as a pharmacy tech so I could see how I would like working in the pharmacy. And then I also took prerequisites for accounting. I was thinking about being an accountant. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but ultimately I ended up getting my master's in chemistry. I think being a late bloomer has made me more resilient and have faith in myself that I will achieve the goals that I have set for myself. Okay. I think this faith and resilience is what gave me the courage to move from Alabama to Atlanta without a job lined up. This was about 6 years ago. Starting over in your late 30s is not fun, but it was one of the best decisions I've made. Atlanta is a cosmopolitan city. There's so much going on here. There's festivals, shows at the Fox Theater, a variety of ethnic restaurants, a few ethnic neighborhoods, people from all over the world here. There's very much so an entrepreneurial spirit here, which I really like. And unfortunately, there is a large wealth disparity. I'm from Birmingham, and even though Atlanta is only a few hours away, it seems like a world away. Well, maybe a little exaggeration there, but you get my point. So tell me in the comments if you have a late bloomer story. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.